Hello Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video about how the balance patch is going to affect everyone's favorite shy waifu, Festive Eda. I mainly want to cover who she'll pair well with, which meta units she counters, and who she's weak against after the balance patch in a few days. She's the last hero from the balance patch that I'm covering with my 5-minute recaps. I know these videos seem like a waste of time, but they're super short, and I have fun making them. So let's dive in. Festive Eda is infamous for having a broken kit. If you triggered shyness on her, then on her turn she would do these things. S3 to try to silence enemies, which rarely landed because they often had immunity. Do some damage, then trigger her extra attack. This stripped immunity and applied defense break while also doing some damage and pushing the enemy back. This right here was just plain weird. She stripped and defense broke after she attacked and attempted to silence, which makes zero sense. That was the biggest issue. She was pretty worthless unless you were able to get your opponent to trigger shyness, and even then she had to take a turn before she helped at all. Does this new patch change that? Big time. They moved her strip and defense break to her S3, which makes everything in her kit line up perfectly. Before I discuss her builds, let's quickly talk about the changes to her S1. If she's stealthed, which her passive triggers on every turn, she has a whopping 65% chance to stun. This is the highest S1 stun chance in the game next to Judith. It's even better than Specimen Says' newly buffed 50% stun chance. Now here's the question. This balance patch gave her an Ignore ER soul burn on her S3, and the fact that she can hold her own book makes her instantly viable as a cleave opener. But the patch also made some of her damage health scaling. This, along with her anti-debuff passive, makes her really well suited to be a bruiser. So which is it, bruiser or cleaver? Let's look at some of her numbers. Her health is actually crazy high, ranked 4th out of all the 5-star mages in the game. So she should obviously be a bruiser, right? What about her speed? She's quite fast. 120 speed is nothing to scoff at, and it ranks her 37th overall. People say she's a female Ran, but let's not kid ourselves. Ran is 9 speed faster. Still, this is definitely a speed you can open with, so she's a cleaver, right? But then again, she gives herself stealth and can stun on her S1, which increases survivability on a slower build. So now she's back to being a bruiser, right? Okay, enough of this nonsense. Let's be honest here. Who in the world is going to build her as a bruiser? No one. We're going to do the same thing we did with New Moon Luna and just make her an opener. Now that that's settled, there are only 2 other heroes in the whole game who can soul burn to guarantee a team-wide strip and defense break, Ran and Briar Witch. And both of these heroes are faster than Eda, so why would you ever pick Eda instead of them? Because she can hold her own book. This is insanely important. With the other heroes, you need to ban protect them, plus draft 2 book holders in case one gets post-banned. Ban protecting Eda frees you up to draft more cleave counters away from your opponent, pretty much guaranteeing a win. Samurai Syria has been officially resurrected from the dead, my friends. Her other best friends are cleave follow-ups like Rowana, Ludwig, Jacko, and Green Yufine. Guaranteed defense break is huge into slower, tankier comps like Arunka, Mort, Ilinov, Haste, and FCC. Her one-turn silence pretty much ensures the tanks I mentioned can't turn the tables on you. But if you're somehow able to outspeed, the silence also allows you to disable Amid, Aram, Mere Witch, New Moon, and Spirit Eye. Her stealth also allows her to pretty much ignore Zio and Renak as anti-cleave options. Eda is weak to other anti-cleave heroes though. Abyssal Yufine, Elena, Sweet Miracle Lone Wolf, Amiki, AOL, Arby, and Bystander. You know, the usual crew. She needs her souls so Bellion and DPA can throw a wrench into things. And the thorn in every cleave team's side will always be Harseti. RTA, A tier. If you look through the top 50 RTA heroes, most of them have some sort of mechanic like evasion, revive, self-cleanse, or immortality. But of all the options for cleave openers on the table, Festive Eda will be one of the easiest to draft into tank down comps. Arena, B tier. The biggest issue is the large number of Renak Sharoon combos and Harseti defenses. although Eda should have a niche role in taking out stall comps. I'm a huge arena sweep ticket user, so the fact that Eda is Soulburn dependent makes her a non-option for me here. Guild Wars. B tier. If a defense is even cleavable, I already have two pretty much unbeatable cleave teams, so I just can't see a scenario where Festive Eda is better. Honestly, someone mentioned she'll play well into lunatic drafts when better options are off the board, and I think they're 100% right. That's all I have today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye everyone.